Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins. Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This offense, here are the starters. It features a very speedy wide receiver, a Duke Blue Devil, Jamison Crowder.
Exactly right, and we're not talking about hoops. We're talking about a slot receiver who knows how to run all the routes so well and really is crafty beyond his years.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff as they run left side. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. James Harrison, the veteran, in on the stop. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Ryan Shazier ran so fast at his combine that many people thought someone actually ran for him. He's a linebacker who ran sub 4.4, and he uses that speed to make plays all over the field.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Cousins. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Cousins, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Cousins to throw it. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep drop. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 59 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league. And we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. A first down throw for Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold serve again. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Cousins will head to the sideline and give way to Dustin Hopkins. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-half field goals now for a guy who, and you hate to give him the tag a journeyman, but it's fair to say, Charles, he's been around in his career.
Yeah, it's more have-leg will travel for him. He is a guy who's bounced around a bit, but he can still stroke him when called upon, just as he did right there.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked by Sua Cravens, the rookie. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a cut to the right and some open field here. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Again, it's Bell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
I go all the way back to college with Le'Veon Bell. One of the better body transformations I've seen, from a big, thick power back to the guy we see now who can do everything.
And 2 years ago, of course, last year the injury, but 2 years ago over 1,300 yards. I think they think he can top that this year.
I don't think there's any question about it.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
And an electric scamper there from the 2nd-round pick in 2013 out of Michigan State.
And how about the way he's remade his body in the NFL? You remember him back in Michigan State? Big, thick, bruising runner. Yeah, he had some speed, he had some agility, but now he's slimmed down and he's gotten even quicker, which has led to more runs like the one we just saw there. Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. 2nd down, Cousins. Forced out to his left. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And they have the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and now it's second down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
On second down, it's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Martavis Bryant, 40 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Cousins on first down. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let... This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. And his kick is right through. The Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got time in the pocket. Going up top. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The give is to Bell. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So it'll be first down here after the run. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Over the middle here to Brown. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. On now, Chris Boswell. He was 29 of 32 in the field goal department last year as a rookie. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Cousins now on second down. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. 11 yards for number 11. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Let's go!
First down, here's Cousins. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And now a first down following that long gain. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He'll look to throw. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Over the middle here to Brown. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. And he certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards. In runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. They'll hook up over the middle to Pryor. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And now here's a carry heading left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Daniel McCullers in on the stop.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And this is brought in by Pryor. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terrell Pryor, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd down. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
And the back goes into motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down from the left hash. This from 34. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything. And when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. And he's going to be stopped. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Man open left side is Brown. 20, 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate, but the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. So with an even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that was a really nice play, and it shouldn't surprise us. This guy's an all-pro in 2016, and what makes Josh Norman so good, especially now, is that he plays with not just supreme confidence, but it borders on arrogance. He doesn't think anyone can beat him on any route, and he's still upset about where he was drafted coming out of college. He thought he should have been a first-round guy. He went later than that, and he's been trying to prove it to the league ever since.
And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Redskins are going to win the football game. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second down following the run. Another pistol look here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Redskins, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.